Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Midgard Golf. And we're out here today, still in southern Utah, playing probably one of the most fabled courses in the area, the championship course at Sand Hollow Resort in Hurricane, Utah. I understand that's how they pronounce it down there, not hurricane, as as you might think. But anyway, so this first hole here. Oh well, before I get into that, so Pops and I are actually doing a regular actual two-ball scramble today, not or two-ball best ball, not a scramble. So yeah, just both playing our own game, and then net whoever scores the best. That's the score we card. So we'll see how we can do on this pretty challenging course here. So, yeah, anyway. And we're playing it from two ups, so total yardage for us today is 64-62, and the course tips out at 73-15, so pretty darn long if you're playing it from the tips there, that's for sure. So, now this first hole. Probably the most inviting hole on the course, which is pretty nice. Great hole to shake out the willies, that's for sure. Obviously, you can miss for a day and a half to the left. All kinds of green grass over there. Although if you do that, you're going to have kind of an awkward shot onto the green, so you don't want to be over there, but yeah, you're not going to lose your ball. If you miss barely to the left of the main fairway directly in front of you there, then of course you do have some desert trouble, so you've got that to worry about. Missing to the right, that's all desert as well, so that's bad news, bears. And then apart from that, you've got nothing to worry about until you get up to the green. Couple of bunkers, one left, one right, one left and one right. And apart from that, not a whole lot. Big old green, nice and inviting as well. So, yeah. Anyway, I got the driver in hand. No reason not to take it. Let's just give it a whooping out there. Playing a cut still, so aiming to the left side. And I'm just going to, let it come back in from there and try to just whoop it as hard as I can. Get it all the way down there. So, let's give it a rip and see what we can do. And if you're liking this content that we're putting up on the channel here, do us a favor. Throw us a like and subscribe. At, the next hat giveaway is at 300 subscribers, and we're at like 214 right now. So, what is that? 86 more subscribers, and I'm giving away another hat. So, anyway, without further ado, let's give it a rip and see what we can do on this first hole on this gorgeous course. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the second hole. Not the greatest start for Pops and I on this course so far. But yeah, I think both of us kind of got a little complacent with how easy the hole appeared to be, and we just didn't give it the respect it deserves and maybe played a little too loose. And then we were like the first tee time of the day, like 7:30 in the morning. As you could tell from the intro clip, we got out there while it was still dark outside. So, yeah, pretty tired we were. But anyway, enough of the excuses. Moving on to the second hole. And coming right off strong here with a nice big par 5. 545 for us, but tipping out at 577. So, pretty stock standard par 5 by most accounts, I'd say. Pretty flat. Creeping uphill, maybe a little bit, but yeah, generally speaking, not a whole lot of elevation change to write home about. You've got a series of 3 bunkers that are going to kind of crawl from the middle, that one right in the middle of the screen now, and then off to the right. And then as you approach the green, you're going to have another couple of bunkers off to the left, and then one small one to the back side of the green. Once you do approach the green, it'll be kind of a little bitty bit of a dog leg, like a little sharp turn to the right, and the entire hole kind of curves to the right a bit as you make your way down the fairway. So I'm saying a fade is the good play. Obviously, you got desert on both sides, so you don't want to miss really hard in either direction. But good news for me since I'm playing a fade, so I'm just going to aim down that left fairway line and pound a big old cut down there. Driver in hand. Let's give it a rip and see what we can do on this second gorgeous hole, just adorned with nice big old desert red rocks off to the right side and some beautiful architectural greatness off to the left. Let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the third hole. And off the bogey train for Pops and I already. Gotta love that. So, yeah, as is kind of expected after a par 5, coming up to our first short hole of the day, a little par 3. So, Yeah, I mean, what you see is what you get on this hole, pretty much. Not a whole lot to worry about. It's playing at 182 for us this day, tipping out at 208. So kind of a lengthy par three, but not a whole lot to worry about. It's just green grass fairway all the way to the hole. Well, you've got, obviously a giant bunker off to the left there, and kind of some red rock formation off to the right, and then another kind of bunker over there as well. So, yeah, but a massive green to strike, absolutely huge. So, I mean, just grab your 180 club and smoke it up there. Like, don't overthink it and make life hard here. So, anyway, I have the 7-iron in hand. And actually, no, I didn't. No, I hit the 8-iron. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. Anyway, that's what I got. So I'm just going to try to crush it up there and see if I can't stab the screen. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the fourth hole. And the first hole with any kind of forced clearance to speak of here. So, yeah, this is where it kind of starts easing you into a bit of a challenge here that kind of, give you give you some ease into the round there and let you get warmed up on those first three holes. And they're like, all right, well, now we're going to start pushing you. So I like it. I like how that course is set up that way. Just gorgeous. But anyway... So, par 4 and kind of a lengthy one at that. Playing for 429 for us, 463 from the tips. So, yeah, if you're tipping it out, then you've got quite the shot to make, that's for sure. But, at the number 5 handicap, well, it should have some length to it. So, anyway. Apart from that, though, I mean, you've got definitely a wide enough fairway to play driver, I'd say. So, I really wouldn't worry about a thing. If you miss hard left, though, you're going to be in the desert, obviously. Same thing if you really carve one out to the right. A couple of bunkers to catch your ball off to the right as well in the fairway, as you can see, if you miss just barely in that direction. But after that, and besides that, you really don't have a whole lot to worry about until you get up to the green, where you're going to have one lone bunker off to the left, and that's about it. And the hole itself is kind of a sloping hole to the left, I'd say. Not enough to really call it a dogleg, but if you can hit a draw, then that's definitely the preferred shot you want. But if you're hitting cuts like me, then no worries. Nothing to clear over there. No giant tree standing in your way. Just play that big old cut, and then happy days. So I got the driver in hand, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Put it up the left side and hit that cut right back into the fairway. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. Great shot, Dad. Man, that's damn near. It's damn near. Yep.
Nice bar. That's a good bar.
All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the fifth hole. Pretty straightforward par 4 here, and short as well. Playing for us at only 306 yards and tipping out at 355, so no matter what, pretty short hole here. And at that, not a whole lot of challenge either. I mean, it's straightforward, no real hazard to speak of, save for the desert. That's pretty much the continuous theme to the left and right. A little tiny bit of forest clearance right in front of you, but not a whole lot to write home about, that's for sure. A little bit of bunker trouble to deal with. Certainly, not well on both sides there. You got a bunker off to the right, and then as you approach the green, you've got one kind of fairway sort of side off to the left, and then one at the end of the fairway in the middle, and then one kind of green side off to the right. So that's really all you got to worry about is the bunkers on this hole. I mean, absolutely wide enough to just step up with the driver and crush one. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Get up there with the big old D-stick and just try to beat the heck out of it. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do on this gorgeous and pleasant fifth hole here. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the sixth hole, and what they say is the number one handicap on this course. Playing for us at 442 yards, but tipping out at 493, and that being a par 4. So that's got to be why they say this is the hardest hole on the course, because to me, I don't know. I don't buy it. I think there's harder holes actually on the back nine than this one. Some of the cliff holes, yeah, you have zero room for error. Like on one or two of those cliff holes on the back nine. Really, any of the cliff holes. But yeah, this hole you've got plenty of room for error. So I don't agree with that. But maybe it's just because of the sheer distance that they're saying, yeah, this is the toughest. So I get it, but with the length there, I mean, okay, you've got that bunker off to the left, and if you're smart, you're gonna play it right over that bunker since it's a bit of a dogleg left hole. And then, shave off a bunch of that yardage on into the green. After that, bunker over there off to the left, that should be your aiming point. You've just got two more bunkers to deal with up near the green, one left, one right. And then you've got one kind of back right as well. So 3 bunkers to deal with on this hole. But, I mean, apart from that, it's just, there's not a whole lot to worry about. Don't be scared by the handicap here. So just, pound it over that bunker off to the left there. If you're hitting a cut, that's great. It'll just feed right on back into the fairway. And if you're hitting a draw, hey, go right of the bunker and then, kind of pull it around the bunker or over it. And you'll be just fine that way. So, yeah, and if you can miss to the right all day long if you're taking the bunker line like you should. And if you tend to be a little pulley, then, just aim down the fairway and let that pull ride, baby. So, yeah, apart from that, not a whole lot to worry about. Just, give it a rip. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the driver. I'm going to aim to the left of that bunker. And I'm just going to smash the heck out of it and try to catch that speed slot and get some of the downhill roll that I could get if I hit this fairway, as the hole does kind of creep a little bit downhill past the kind of the blind abyss that you're looking at from the tee box here. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the 7th hole and our final par 5 for this first part of this 2-part series out here on the championship course at Sand Hollow Resort. So, yeah, 537 is playing for us, tipping out at 577. So, I mean, pretty stock standard par 5, as I would think for most people as well. Not a whole lot to write home about in terms of the length of it, or the shape of it. Really, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, it's just a straight hole with a little bit of an elbow right there, right before the green, that kind of bends you down to the left, and that's about it. Bunker trouble, you've got one real early off to the left, one kind of mid-length left, and then one way up there at the end of the fairway to the right, and then a couple of bunkers off to the left of the green. And that's really all you got to worry about. So, what am I doing? Right off the rip here, I'm just aiming right out at that bunker that's going to be right in front of us on the tee box here, and I'm just going to let it cut over that, baby. Because easy line. And it's definitely close enough to where I'm confident, even with kind of how short I've been hitting it recently, that can clear that anyway. So, not scared of it. So yeah, let's give it a rip and see what we can do, and just enjoy the float on this ball, and yeah, those cool rock formations in the background there. And this beautiful desert scene. So, let's give it a rip and see what we can do. And if you happen to be staying on property, you might get lucky enough to get one of those rooms off to the left of this hole here, and this might be your view from that balcony. So, yep, try to make your reservation early if you're taking a trip out here and get one of those rooms, and oh boy, that would be a nice way to wind down after the day or have your coffee before it. Anyway, back to the hole. Let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the 8th hole and the second and final par 3 for this first part here, this front 9 on the championship course at Sand Hollow Resort. So, yeah, playing for us at just 141 yards and tipping out at 162, so no matter what tee box you're playing from, not all that challenging of a hole so far as the yardage is concerned. You've got a little trap trouble off to the left and the right. The left probably being the less inviting of a bunker out of the two of them. Definitely the one that I would prefer to be in less. But you definitely have more room to miss to the left so far as green grass goes. Off to the right, yeah, obviously, that's desert. So, I mean, I just grab that stick that's the number for whatever tee box you're playing and just send it up there. You should be able to send it up high enough to stab this green anyway, and it's a huge green to stab at that. So, yeah, give it your nice best shot, your high floater up there, put your chest to the sky, enjoy the scene in the background there with the pretty red rocks off to the right and then off in the distance behind and to the left of the green, and just enjoy this hole. So, I've got the gap wedge in hand. Let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are off to the 9th hole. And of course, the final hole for this first part of this two-part series out here on the championship course at Sand Hollow Resort in Hurricane, Utah. Thank you so much for watching another episode with us today. Join us next time for the back nine on this course. Seriously, I know, my viewership here on back nines is typically not as much as the front nines, but you're really going to want to see the back nine to this course if you're watching this. And especially if you've never seen it on anyone else's channel before. I know I'm not the first person to vlog this course, so yeah. But if you are interested in seeing it from our perspective, then I'd highly recommend it, because there are some absolutely magnificent and stellar holes on the back nine, and they really turn up the heat on the difficulty from my perspective on the back nine as well. Anyway, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Definitely join us for that. And throw us a like and subscribe. Again, if you're liking this content, we would love to see you back. So, on to the last hole here for this front nine. Kind of the first hole that really crawls steeply uphill on the course here. But, not all that brutal of a distance, though. We've got, 374 for us, 433 from the back, so modestly long, but not all that crazy, I would say, but probably playing a good 30 to 40 yards stronger than that with how far uphill it climbs. So far as bunker trouble goes, you've got one fairway bunker off to the left, as you can clearly see. And then once you crawl your way up to the green, you're going to have another kind of small one off to the left, and then a nice big bunker off to the right. And of course, they were nice enough to put the green on a volcano for you, so you've got that working for you. But you've got a little bit of backboard support back there as well. So I would take the strong club on the green approach, and just to make sure that you get there and you don't end up in one of those steep bunkers right before the green. And apart from that, just enjoy the hole. Inviting enough fairway for me to hit driver, and there's an absolute cut line out there, not a problem. Just aiming to the left of that bunker straight ahead, and I'm just going to let it cut on back in. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. And as always, until next time, have a great day.
Like it? I like it, baby.
Get in!
Oh!
Oh,
Wow.
oh.
There it is! Just a couple of pars.
Nice, Sandy.
Thank you.
Sweet!